Hey all, Proto Magical Girl here. Coming up in just a second is Metroid Zero Mission with MetroidMaster and Crunchylex on commentary.
Fun.
Hey there, you two. The floor is yours. Good luck, MetroidMaster.
Hi everyone, I'm MetroidMaster, and with me is...
I'm Crunchylex. Hello.
Hey there. And this is Metroid Zero Mission, any percent normal. So, I think I'm about ready to get started. Are you, Crunchy?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, ready. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 5.
3, sir. 3.
Okay, so Metroid Zero Mission, any percent normal. Basically just getting, beat the game, get whatever items that I need to be able to complete them, or at least what little I need to. First off, you know most games that get you started running to the right? Well, we're gonna go left. And pick up our best item in the game, Morph Ball.
Yeah, now if you've seen any sort of Metroid 1 speedruns, this might look familiar to you, and that's because Zero Mission is actually an enhanced remake of Metroid 1.
Oh hey, I've seen Metroid 1 speedruns. Wow.
Oh yes.
Some
All right, we have
a
Metroid Run Runner. Well, let's see if we can spot the differences. Also, there's a few skips that I'm going to be doing, and we'll explain them as I get to them. So, I have a little incentive for myself to perform. For each one that I fail, I will donate $5. But if I get it first try, I'll donate double.
Ooh. No pressure.
Also, $5 I have every time I have to reference another Metroid Zero Mission runner, Kirby Master.
Magoo.
Oh, I fell down.
That wasn't a skip though. You're in the clear. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Funny thing about this run though is this early part you're in Brinstar, not unlike the original Metroid, but there's a lot of vertical movement in this game. Moving vertically is a lot harder than moving horizontally. So Brinstar actually ends up being one of the most difficult parts of the run right at the beginning.
Just mainly because if you, with the platforming, if you jump too high, you gotta, wait a little bit to fall down, but if you jump too low, well, then you just fall down. Alright, here comes the Brinstar, where I'm gonna go for a double for it. And I tinked it. Ah, well.
Yeah, it's actually possible, since the missiles move at variable speeds, to get them to line up with each other and get two into the worm's hitbox at the same time. It's pretty tight, though. It's not a huge deal if you miss it unless you're going for world record, which no one in this room would be, I don't think.
Oh, not right. Going into Hive Room with 2.
Oh boy, 2 missile Hive Room. We're coming up on MetroidMaster's coming up on Hive Room, which is one of the early major reset points in this game because, well, there's 3 hives in this room. Each of them takes 3 missiles and 2 shots, and well, even though there's a missile tank in here, this is going to leave him 2 missiles short, so it's going to be a little bit slower, and these bugs they never stop. They never stop. They're always chasing, always following.
Let's see if I can make this one really smooth, though.
Just throwing a few extra victory laps. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh, no! I hit a bug.
Oh, no. Oh.
Okay, we're through. We're through.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. Did it.
All right. I'm hearing there's audio problems. I don't know if that's my end or what. If I need to turn it down, let me know.
All right.
Oh, boy. Alright, so the next little ability that we're going to get is the bombs. Not only is this useful for, getting through tunnels and stuff and fighting enemies, it's also a really good mobility tool.
Yeah, in Zero Mission, the bombs were pretty much enhanced quite a bit from their appearance in Fusion. The fuse is really short and the blast radius is really big, so you can do all sorts of weird things with bombs. Bomb jumping, infinite bomb jumping, double infinite bomb jumping. They're just incredibly flexible in this game.
You see how quick they explode. They're great. And now we get to test them out by bombing little bugs that are very annoying.
Yep.
Excuse me.
The bugs in this room are unfortunately one of the few aspects of randomness in the game, because sometimes they just take forever to fall down out of that little alcove, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Yep, sometimes they'll all drop down, or some will just stay up there for a bit. They'll troll you.
Thankfully, they seem to be pretty cooperative this time, so...
For the most part.
Yeah. I can just head straight on down to Norfair. It'll be fine.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, we got to take a quick little detour for another important item that, especially when it comes to randomizer, is a godsend, as we would call it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's very true.
And we'll show you that as soon as we get there. Because, you know, there's a cool thing that lets you grab onto ledges in Fusion and you just start with it. We don't start with that here.
I mean, you don't start with an arm in this game?
Yeah, I know, right? We're picking up Charge Beam. This actually makes a few little things easier. Especially some rooms where I'm going to be using it a little bit. It's not quite as good as Fusion's, but it has its use.
Yeah, in this game, the Charge Beam falls very much more into the utility than it does into the damage. Because missiles are your primary source of damage in this game, and Charge Beam is just useful for a pseudo-screw, really.
Yep.
That's
and
its primary use.
We got a little downtime. Proto, do you have anything for us?
Oh, well, I sure do.
Oh boy.
I've got a $1 anonymous donation, thank you very much for that, and a $20 donation from Fruit Bat Salad with no comment.
Oh, thank you, Fruit Bat Salad.
Those poor fruit bats.
I don't know, it sounds very fruity. Anyway, so little dip into Norfair, and we're going left again. It's my favorite direction.
You also notice there that MetroidMaster used a missile to break a block. One of the power-ups that we won't be getting is the long beam. There's actually a handful of power-ups that you would normally get in casual play that we're just skipping, because this game lets you skip pretty much anything, aside from a couple of exceptions, and long beam is one of them. So Samus's shot will never have more range than it does right now.
Also, just to grab something... Crunchy, what is that?
Do you want the real answer or the mystery answer?
I mean, I guess the mystery answer, it doesn't say what it does, it just says I can't use it.
Nobody knows.
Well, guess we'll find out later.
Yeah, basically, that's a result of a Chozo planned obsolescence scheme. Samus's current power suit is not compatible with some of these items you'll be getting, so she has to upgrade to the Power Suit 2.0.
We'll probably get that later, right? Oh, hey, look, Power Grip. It's the best item in the game.
Yeah, MetroidMaster mentioned it, but in Randomizer, it's sometimes jokingly referred to as Power Grip Appreciation Simulator, because you never realize how useful it really is until you don't have it.
Okay, no Kirby Master reference today.
Nicely done pulling off that double infinite bomb jump.
It's the best mobility tool.
It really is. You fall down, you end up where you shouldn't be. Chances are you can probably use the bombs to get back to where you need to go.
The Ripper's actually playing somewhat nice.
Oh.
Alright, now back down to Norfair. We took our nice little detour. Boing.
The humorous thing is that we joke about the power grip being this important necessary item, but the truth is the real reason we grab it is because there's actually this vine that will block your path if you take the path to the right, heading toward the ice beam. The only thing that will make it go away is grabbing the power grip, so...
I mean, it's still useful.
Oh no, it absolutely is.
I can't imagine trying to do this without the power grip.
I think
we just use it so much.
Yeah, general consensus, I believe, is that if this game did not have that vine there, we wouldn't grab power grip, and this category would be the actual worst category.
Yeah. Just because, like, getting into some of these gaps with bomb jumps is actually still fairly difficult.
Yeah, and you get a little taste of that in 100%, since you actually go fight Kraid before you come down here in Hundo, and so you have to do a little bit of bomb jumping to do stuff that you would normally just have the power grip for, and those are simple bomb jumps. There are a lot more complex ones you'd have to do later on.
Like one I'll probably show later in Kraid.
Appropriate.
And it also makes me glad that I have the power grip. Needless to say... Oh, okay.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, for a moment there, I was worried you had accidentally gotten the cutscene.
Oh no, I know better.
Yeah, that Chozo statue, thankfully a simple bomb jump will get you over it, but if you accidentally do roll into that statue's hands, that's like, what, a 40-second cutscene? It's really long.
Yeah, it just takes a while.
Alright, now here we go. One of the joys of Zero Mission is this game has developer-intended shortcuts to skip around, so this allows us to go to Ridley first before fighting Kraid, because otherwise you'd need the speed booster to get down there.
Oh good, that I don't even remember what that enemy is called, the little flaming head enemies. It's always nice when that doesn't hit me when I'm going through the tunnel, because it has, and it's just, come on, dude.
Hang on, let me get my NES Metroid game manual for the second time in this marathon, and I can answer that question.
Oh, Proto would know best.
My Zero Mission manual has unfortunately vanished into the ether, so I cannot help with this one.
Well, did you try ether jumping?
What do you think this is, Prime?
Maybe. I mean, the music is very similar, yes?
Yeah.
All right.
That was a pretty decent Imago Cocoon fight.
Imago Cocoon is another one of those fights that's tricky to do fast. Like, you can sit there, you can wait for the Ripper to go to each side, freeze it, but I don't always like waiting around. I'm like Reinhardt, my friends, what is with this standing around? It's not fun.
Yeah, which makes Imago Cocoon unironically the most difficult boss in any percent.
Oh, I thought it was Brinstar Worm.
No, not really, because Brinstar Worm isn't so much challenging as just kind of. Well, let me rephrase it. For those of us who have not mastered the double missile, whoops,
I fell down.
It's okay. You're covered, and you're also at full health, which is really good. It's very important to be at full health around here.
Oh, that's right. We did not talk about health and ammo management here. So, the way the game works is if you're at low health, the game will prioritize dropping health pellets. Whereas if you're at full health, it'll change those health drops into missile drops. And then another item that we'll get very shortly, actually, just has a flat percent drop rate, which is still fairly low at that. So we got to be careful managing like health and ammunition.
All right, making it through the pillar room without much trouble. This room is a little bit dangerous. If you take a tumble there, you have to go all the way back around, and that wastes you a minute.
And now we got super missiles, which basically do the damage of 5 missiles in one.
So as an update, it turns out there are in fact several enemies that have fire as a part of their design. So the ones that bounce around are multi-violas. The ones that crawl on the ground are violas, which is sort of a weird, you'd think it would be the other way around. But anyways, then there's also melas and novas.
I want to say it's the violas, the ones that crawl on the ground in Norfair.
Yeah, that would be the violas.
Yeah.
Okay. The slightly more annoying than zoomers.
Accurate.
And MetroidMaster, actually, don't forget, in this game, super missiles are actually even better. They actually do the damage of 10 missiles in this game.
Ah, see, I thought it was 5.
Yeah, missiles do 10, supers do 100.
Ah, that would be it. Oh, look, it's our friendly Idor. Hey, 1 beam every time.
Wait, no, hang on. Maybe it is 50. I'm drawing a blank right now.
Crunchy, what's this item? I found another one.
It's a secret to everybody.
Oh, okay.
We'll find out later, I'm sure.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up this E-Tank just to be a little bit safe, because, we gotta be safe on the marathons, right? Also, everyone who knows my channel, get your Squawker Z's ready. Or cover your ears, because we're fighting Ridley, and he's loud.
Not as loud as Fusion, but he's been practicing.
He was practicing a lot in Fusion, or maybe the X just didn't get it quite right.
Hard to say, but he's done for, nonetheless.
Squawker Z.
Yeah,
Ridley is just a little bit bigger than an NES Metroid, as an update on the difference between these two games. Just a little bit bigger.
A little bit.
And in this game, Ridley actually looks kind of scary, as opposed to the extremely goofy Ridley in NES Metroid.
Also, I think NES Metroid Ridley is still vulnerable to your beams, so you don't even have to use missiles on him.
Correct.
If you want to be slow.
Yeah, although Fusion Ridley is definitely goofy.
Oh god, he's even better in Fusion.
And
It's just a
louder.
big old box.
Yeah, he is. But yeah, one unfortunate thing you'll come to find about Zero Mission is that despite the fact that this game is really fun as far as movement and routing, bosses are kind of this game's weak point. You saw how bad Ridley was, or rather, not bad at all.
Also, hyped that I actually got the super drops that I need, so I don't have to farm later.
Nice. Yeah, super drops become pretty important because he's going to want to have four Kraid. So now he doesn't have to worry about them at all.
Well, technically, I only need 3, but you know.
It's nice to have that fourth one in case something goes wrong, because that can happen.
That and super missiles only drop in 2s on normal, so whereas on hard mode they only drop in 1.
Yep. Not to mention they also, as you mentioned, they also only drop off specific enemies. So no enemy in Kraid drops supers. You'd have to take a refill.
That's one more missile than I wanted to use, but for the sake of time.
It's fine. You got this.
Also, I love the difference for Zero Mission that you can jump up single walls, much like in Super Metroid.
Yes.
Metroid Fusion is almost like hard-coded for you to not be able to sequence break it, whereas Zero Mission's like almost the complete opposite.
Yeah, it's the way I like to describe it is that Fusion had a lot of movement improvements, but also took some things away, and Zero Mission was the best compromise between the two. The improvements of Fusion with the more versatile movement of Super Metroid.
Can we also talk about how useful high jump is, since I just picked it up?
My favorite factoid about high jump is that for the longest time we grabbed it just because it made movement so much easier, only to have it turn out later that it actually was faster. Or at the very least, more or less equivalent, so there's no reason not to grab it.
So basically, the time that you would save with having a high jump, being, with the increased jump height, and oops, sorry, not focused. I didn't thread the needle like I wanted to. Rippers, they're a pain. So the thing with high jump is not only does it make you jump higher, it increases the speed of your jump, and also makes your space jump better. So the time that you would think you would have saved by skipping high jump is actually made up for just having better jumps and space jumps.
Yeah, it's true. And it also gives you ball jump, which is useful in a couple of spots. They don't call it spring ball in this game.
No, you just get jump ball,
Jump ball.
which still works.
Yeah.
Okay. The other difficult part, going back down Brinstar. That's another quick one, hard one. Oh yes, also having jump ball allows you to do a cool thing called ball sparking, which is used in a skip later at the end of the game.
Yep.
As I like to call the wind spark.
Yeah, among other things, this game has improved shine sparking yet again, so...
Alright, now we're coming up on the most notorious trick of the game, so I'm actually going to call for serious time here so I can focus on it. Because if I'm not focused, I will fail it.
Yeah, I'll be quiet as well, so...
Alright, yeah, I got it! Alright, so...
One bomb method, you pleb.
No, that was 2.
2 bomb? What the heck is this?
Me being safe.
4 bomb, man, 4 bomb.
I still think 2 is quicker. Alright, so basically, what I just did there was skip basically a good full 2 minutes of the game, because now I don't have to fight a mini-boss called the Acid Worm.
Yeah, that trick is referred to as acid worm skip. It's a pretty tight bomb jump. Messing it up means you take a tumble in the lava and you have to reset the room. So that's why hence the serious time. You have to be positioned just so, and make sure to unmorph not too early or you're not going to unmorph. There's a lot of things you have to kind of keep your eye on, and focus is important, but he pulled it off, made it look easy, no big deal.
Yep. Alright, now, I suggest do not blink, because if you watch closely, you might see a boss.
Yeah, Kraid might as well be an empty room with a timer in this category. So yeah, so I did some thinking about it, and supers are 50, because if you really want to crunch numbers, Kraid has 130 health, which means he normally takes 13 missiles or 3 supers. But you're not supposed to have supers, but we do. So Merry Christmas, Kraid, get out of here.
It's kind of fun, and I still think his quick kill is easier than Super Metroid's.
Yeah, definitely. Although, despite that, it is possible to screw it up because he's rising while you're running into the room. So if you're not moving forward enough, the third super will tink.
But that's why we have 4.
Yeah, and and now we have the speed booster, which gives us shine sparking. Shine sparking is still one of the coolest ways of moving around in this game. And in this game, it's the best it had been up to this point, because you can shine spark into a slope. You can go diagonally. You can shine spark in a ball now. And it doesn't use health anymore, so you can just use it as much as you want.
I fell down.
Oh no! Oh.
All right, that's what, 10?
I think on a matter of principle, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a downside. Since he didn't do acid worm, he can't use the magnetic lit rail here, so he's got to shine spark across this room, and falling takes you to the room below.
In which I have to do another shine spark all over again.
Yeah, but you pulled it off though. Second try, it's fine. Easy every time.
All right, now we are off to Torian.
Yes.
Which can be almost one of the most volatile parts of the run, other than acid worm skip. If you think there's something almost worse than acid worm skip, it's Torian.
Torian is debatably worse though, because acid worm skip is once you've got it down, you got it down. But Torian, you can practice it 200 times and still get killed by it. So here's the thing about Torian. Torian, you have to actually deal with Metroids. In this game, despite normally in other games you get caught, you bomb them off, whatever. In this game, it's the same thing, but they're kind of weird to get off, and they do a lot of damage per second, like a lot of damage per second.
Mainly because we don't have Variasuit, which cuts damage down by half.
Yeah, but we're not getting it because we don't need it.
I mean, we'll have it later, thankfully.
Yeah, but at that point we also have gravity suits, so it's kind of moot.
Yeah.
Here are the statues.
Alright, and we're going to have a bit of downtime. So, Proto, got anything else for us today?
Sure. I have a couple lingering donations from Time Spinner that I want to read first. So don't think I don't love you, Metroid Zero Mission. I just want to make sure that these do get read. There was $40 from Endrara, who said, what better time to give money for an LGBTQ plus event than during a game that most of the characters are LGBT? And now, this game's about Samus, so I think that categorization still applies anyways, frankly. So thank you very much, Andrara, for your donation. Want one more?
Sure. I was just gonna shoot the first Metroid here real quick, and then...
Yep.
Okay. Actually... Yeah, no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Cool. And then we had $100 from Meg Macattack, who says, Hex, when is hard skip? Donation goes to Poplars and Freya's getting eaten by all the yapping maws.
Alright, sounds good. Alright, so... Metroids and Torian, they can only be killed if you first shoot them with the ice beam to freeze them, and then hit them with either 5 regular missiles or 1... Oh no, I got grabbed. Hang on. Oh! Okay, sorry. 5 missiles or 1 super.
And their hitboxes are kind of weird. Sometimes if you can freeze them with a horizontal shot, missiles will pass under them, so you have to be mindful of that.
Yep. This is also where health management really comes into play, because, again, most of those drops will turn into health if you're low. Wow. Alright, we gotta be a little bit safer here.
Another thing to note is, unfortunately, he's going to have to be a bit mindful of supers here, because normally you need 4 supers in order to quick kill Mother Brain. So with that you'd say, oh well, then just don't use supers. But the thing is, Metroids will still drop supers whether or not you fire them, and if they have a super drop, that's 2 supers you could have used. That's 2 wasted supers. So you always want to use a couple of supers, but never get yourself down to 0 in case the drops aren't cooperative. Because sometimes you'll get a bunch of super drops, sometimes they just won't give you any. And then you have to farm supers, and that's never fun.
Thankfully, I got a drop.
Alright.
I got 2. Alright, so we should be okay on the farm. Just need regular
Nice.
missiles.
Yeah, your missile count's a little bit on the low side, so you're probably going to be able to kill... You're probably going to have to farm some missiles first. And normally, ideally, with full health, you'd be getting a lot of missile drops, so you can actually kill the first 2, but you have just enough.
I made sure I got a drop.
Yeah, kill the first 2 Zebatites, then come back out and farm, because he's going to need, was it 50 and 4?
50 and 4 is what I'm going for. Some people like to do another trick called Brinstar Super, which is a kind of a tight ball spark. It's a lot of shine spark storing, and I'm unfortunately not as consistent with it, but it does help with Torian, because then you'll be able to go in with 50 missiles and 6 supers.
Yeah, but that's very much a trick that's not actually faster. It's actually slower if your drops are good, but it makes Turian less consistent. And the other
more
trick
consistent. Okay. Anyway, ready to go.
Yeah, the other trick that is becoming increasingly visible in this category is Zebbatite Skip, but it's also kind of rough, so just doing it classic here.
I don't remember the exact counts for Mother Brain's tank, but
16.
There we go. Alright, I got more than enough, so now for the Mother Brain quick kill is interesting. You have to... Ow. Whoop. There we go. Uh-oh,
Hey,
I got
guys.
hit. Oh, come on.
Yeah, Mother Brain's hitbox is a bit bigger than it looks.
No, I'm getting hit.
You got this though.
There we go. Okay, we're
Last
good.
round is 3 and 1. Yeah, it takes 11 missiles and 3 supers to quick kill Mother Brain here.
Alright, there we go.
Wait, no. I mean 15. 15 and 4. There we go.
There we go.
I wasn't prepared to do a lot of math this afternoon, so
Neither was I. I've been up since 4 a.m., so I know.
thankfully no math is required to get out of here in timely fashion as you struggle to escape from Zebus here.
Alright. Okay, so we made it back to the ship. We beat the game, right?
Well, why is the timer still running then?
I don't know. Well, I guess we'll watch the ending cutscene. Maybe we call it when we get the final time, right?
Maybe the game isn't actually over, but this is where Metroid 1 ends.
Right?
But we prayed for a true peace in space. How can the game not be over?
See? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh.
We gotta run. We gotta run. Oh dear, we're getting shot at.
Don't worry, this is fine. This is fine.
It's fine. Okay, we got away. We got away.
Yeah, no problem.
This is fine.
Samus has a fast car. We're good.
Oh no!
Oh.
We're hit. We're going down.
Oh no.
Is that game over?
I mean.
Oh, well, no, we're alive.
Oh no. Everything's fine.
Okay, we're okay. So our ship has crashed, and because we decided to take off our suit, we are now without a suit, and all I have is a little stun gun. So the stun gun auto charges, and we can fire a stunning shot at full charge.
No, you don't just have a stun gun. You also have ridiculous lower body strength.
Oh, that is true. So Samus, Zero Suit Samus's jump is actually higher than Samus without high jump, but not quite as high as Samus with high jump.
But she still has access to all of her fun movement tricks, like gripping platforms and wall jumping. So, yeah,
Yeah, we can crawl.
yes, this game does in fact answer the question of Metroid can crawl.
And we got the map skip, so no map of shame.
Yes. Now, it is very possible to skip this refill safely. The cool thing about the suitless section is that the pirates are always in the same place and always move the same way. It is, if your movement is consistent, pirates are consistent. It's incredibly safe once you've gotten this down pat.
I actually want to say that's not true, because I've had a certain pirate, actually right at the beginning, the one that I shot coming up from the ledge, I've had him be on the, I failed tripwire skip. That was the third one. It's tripwire. Anyway,
I think he can be to the left if you take a little bit too long to get up there.
Yeah, he's been on the left, actually before, like, when I first get the alert, yes. But, like, even at the beginning, my movement was still the same. Alright, I'm going to hide over here and just wait for this. So the problem with missing tripwire skip is it does cost you time because you have to wait for the alarm to go off before that gate opens.
But thankfully, there are plenty of ways to make the alarms turn off.
Thankfully. And upcoming here is another developer-intended skip. Good, I hit the tile. In a way, you kind of have to do a little hero shot there. You don't exactly see where the tile is, you just know to try to get yourself about to that wall and then shoot up and jump with it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Yeah. This entire section is just going to be a whole lot of movement like this, so I mean, I think we're probably in the clear until we get to the temple area. So, Proto, what you got for us?
I've got $5 from Explody Cat, who says, "Thanks for helping the community. Pride for the win."
Thank you very much. So the little shots that I was doing there are called jump extends. I'm just using them just to make sure that I can grab those ledges, because there's a bunch more tripwires there that could make things go very wrong if I happen to touch them.
Yeah, Samus's jumping is a lot more flexible in this game. You can use shots to break out and give yourself more horizontal momentum, and if you're not somersaulting, you can press jump to go into a somersault. So, if your fingers are really fast, you can kind of hover in place, popping in and out of a somersault multiple times a second. It's kind of hysterical.
Alright, I got the searchlight's wall jump, so we're good, I think.
Good, I hate that room.
Yeah, alright, so that wall jump is you have to get it first try, otherwise you have to go reset the room. If you try to climb after failing it, you will get spotted. Here I'm going to purposely get spotted because it's just faster to wall jump up.
Yeah, now there's actually a trick you can use here to turn off the alarm. If you freeze that pirate in the door and then pause twice during this crawl, we call it Sam Strat, and it'll actually cause the alarm to turn off right about here. But it only really saves you half a second, because if you don't get it, you have to duck into a save room to turn off the alarm in a couple of rooms here, so...
Which, I mean, I just kind of do anyway because it's what I'm used to, so...
Yeah,
eventually I'll try Sam Strat out.
Like
along with Zebetite Skip.
Yeah, both of those tricks are newer tricks, especially Zeb Skip, and they're not necessary at all to run this game. They save you really small amounts of time.
Can I share a fun fact?
Sure.
Absolutely.
So that statue thing, the like sideways laying down statue looking at the camera that Samus just walked over, those things are called chalk mules. They're a Mesoamerican First Nations art style statue thing that I don't know all of the implications of, but they're called chalk mules. Fun fact.
So the Japanese kind of took inspiration from that, it looks like.
So it would seem.
Well, I did not know that. That was a fun fact. Thank you, Proto.
Fun little fact was I used to be very fascinated with Native American culture when I was a kid, so that's actually really interesting for me to know. Uh-oh. Okay, we're good.
You can have another fun fact about that statue, that it was actually holding a power bomb, and despite the fact that you see that pirate carrying the power bomb away, if you use something like, let's say, like a pro action replay or something to actually catch up to that pirate and get that power bomb, you can't pick it up. It's not actually a power bomb tank.
It's just there in the background. Like, I've caught up to him on randomizer, and yeah, just nothing. It's rather fun. You can't even shoot the pirate. He's just literally a background animation.
But you know what isn't a background animation? This is very much a cutscene.
Speaking of which, Proto, do we have anything else?
Well, we've got some really cool upcoming incentives. We still have all yellow credits for Undertale and the pacifist Jevil fight for Deltarune. Both of those are a little bit of a ways off, but I think that we could totally get those incentives in the books if we really, really wanted to. The incentive that I want to make sure I talk about is the Gay percent bonus run for Super Metroid that's grabbed by all Yapping Maws RTA. You want to see grabbed by all Yapping Maws RTA because you get grabbed by all the Yapping Maws and it's an RTA. Please donate for Gay percent is what I'm saying. We need it in this marathon of literally any marathon that could possibly have this category. We need to make this happen.
All right. So now we're at what we in the community call Charlie. This is also what we call RNG, the boss fight. So basically, he has this little flashing weak point that I'm shooting here. Oh dear, lightning. And it just appears over at random increments of time. All right, let's see if I can also get another fun glitch. And I didn't. Oh well. So the only reason that I'm shooting my image with the regular shots and damaging myself is to re-roll the RNG to see if I could get it to reveal its weak point sooner.
Yeah, on average it will make it a little bit faster, but it still could be slower depending on the fast pattern normally. It's odd. Charlie is just a crapshoot, for lack of a better term.
Yeah. Annoying boss fight. Oh, by the way, hey, we got our Chozo Shoot 2.0, so now all those items that weren't compatible suddenly work.
Yes, and we got the greatest gift of all, mighty shoulder pads.
Like, that's the best thing, right?
Absolutely. That's how the pirates see Samus, whatever. Pirates see Samus with giant shoulder pads. Oh, I should have called in sick today.
Speaking of which, now we can finally take our revenge for all the mess in suit. Or will we?
Oh, to a point, because it turns out that at any percent, you're not
Pirates still hurt.
Yeah, pirates do still hurt, even with the gravity suits. So if you start getting knocked around, it's very easy to get yourself killed, even now. So
yeah, pirates on contact or getting shot by their beams will do about 50 damage to you. So with only having, 399 health, it's still very possible to get killed by them. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
Especially in some of the later rooms where the pirates are moving around very erratically.
Thankfully, if your movement's pretty consistent on this, you can deal with them just fine.
Use that pirate like a platform.
Well, that's half the fun. That's the best part of Ice Beam, right?
I suppose so. But why use a platform when you can just be a rocket?
Pretty much. That's like the best part of Speed Boosters, just shine sparking long distances. It's just so satisfying.
Yeah. Especially if you go through things along the way, be they enemies or blocks.
Like, why would you stand in front of a speeding car? Are you looking to get splatted?
Samus the pain train, Aaron. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
There's no brakes on it either. Especially when I'm behind the wheel.
Remind me never to let you drive.
Oh, I'm an excellent driver.
Yeah, obviously. Oh, you didn't even try to give me the swag curved missile there.
No. I think only one person does that.
I know I do it, and at least one other person does it.
Oh no, wait, it's you and Monkey, right? I want to say it's Monkey SMB.
Does Monkey even play this game?
I'm pretty sure he does.
He's now we're just calling out a bunch of names that no one in chat recognizes. It's fine.
So it's other Metroid community, GBA Metroids. All right.
Yeah, it turns out there's a lot of overlap in runners with Fusion and Zero Mission. Who would have thought? Yeah, unfortunately, one drawback to not having Wave Beam at any percent is that you don't get to get through this room very quickly. Wave Beam will just punch out half of these blocks without a problem. And not having Screw Attack also makes this a lot more treacherous, because you can't just jump through enemies.
Still had a really good room there, though.
Yeah, you absolutely did.
Now, you think it would be a little bit faster to jump up the left side of that wall? It's actually not, because it lags the room. Surprisingly enough, GBA will still have lag in your rooms.
Not super noticeable lag, but I mean, because this game is actually very well made. But yeah, there's still a couple spots where you got to be mindful of it.
All right, now we're coming up on our final boss, Ted. Best name that we have come up with, other than Charlie for the Chozo Guardian. It's just Ted.
Iron Ted. But yeah, although it's not a game that has caught on nearly as much as Charlie has. Since in this case we actually know what his real name is, whereas Charlie is just Charlie.
Yeah, we just call him like Mecha Ridley otherwise.
Yeah. Or Ridley, who needs some WD-40 because he's squeaking to high heaven.
Yes, he is. All right, swipe. Swipe.
Yeah. So the reason
swipe. Thank you.
The reason he grabbed that extra super missile tank was for Mecha Ridley here, because it takes 5 supers and a handful of missiles to kill him quickly. So 6 supers is the optimal way. So 3 super tanks are all you really need for this category.
All right, Crunchy, we gotta run. I think the place is gonna blow up.
Oh god, this is why we get banned from restaurants.
Oh my lord. Crunchy, what did you do?
Me? I didn't do anything. I'm just sitting here talking about what you're doing.
Oh. Well, okay. Okay, anyway, so yes, escape is, 6 minutes to get out?
Which is way more time than you need.
Why am I not seeing emergency and Franker's? Oh, wait, wrong game.
Wrong game.
Well, what are these pirates doing here? Okay, anyway.
They're actually moving intelligently. I can't believe it.
Yeah, it's like, normally they're just like on the other side at that.
Yeah,
okay.
Unfortunately, the pirates in this section are not quite as consistent as the ones in Suitless. So you have to do a little bit more adaptation on the fly. But here we are. Now comes the setup for the big final trick. You want me to talk about it, or you got it?
If you want to, I'm busy doing it. Oh, okay, that's one fail.
Okay, so basically, there's if he's manages to hold a shine charge through this room and the next room, he can go all the way into the final room. But he was trying to set up for that trick there, where he crouches after he breaks the block. That's called a shine break, because that means he just doesn't have to get another charge. And now he's just going to go horizontally across this room, the next room, into the final room. Only thing standing between him and the end are 2 black pirates. Very nasty fellows.
Oh! Did they jump? I don't think they jumped. Let's find out. No. Oh, yeah, they are. Okay. It's like I knew I aggroed them.
Yeah, so thankfully, if you stand on this spot right about here, they'll climb up and never quite jump up, which is good, because you don't want them to jump up. They don't do as much damage as the red pirates, but they're a lot harder to kill. So
and time.
And there we are.
So I should have said time is when I jump into the ship and lose control, but... And now we're just going to watch this pirate stand in front of a speeding car. Splat.
Truly MVP employee of the month material right there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, hey, we could say you tried.
Yeah. Certainly did that.
The time should be when that pirate dies. I think so. Oh, yes. So, yes, that was Metroid Zero Mission. Shall we stay through the credits and the final in-game time? I know that's a thing for The Metroid community, I guess we'll leave that up to Power Up with Pride.
In the interest of time, I think we should probably move on. Feel free to let us know what your IGT is in chat when it rolls around there. For now, I think we're going to move on to setting up for Undertale.
All right, well, Undertale should be a really fun run. Well, thank you all very much for having me and letting me run this awesome game. And
thank you. Yes.
Okay, Crunchy. I think it's time for us to go now, sir.
Thanks for the run, friends.
Thank you very much. Have a good one.